Oh God, I just watched this film. Now normally I don't do film reviews, period, because if I talk about a film, I'm going to talk about everything that happened and what I think. So, but I don't even do film analysis, that much. If I see a good film, I don't necessarily run here and say. But this one it just fits so well with the Watchmen discussion because I went to see Knowing with Nicolas Cage, I guess is that guy, and it really does slap you in the end with a religious metaphor about this guy and his belief in destiny or randomness and the pointlessness of life. And evidently, he's a scientist that used to think there was destiny and purpose, and now he doesn't because his wife died. And then it's the worst film. Okay, there's these spooky characters throughout the film that I thought really just serve the purpose of being spooky to make it less of a sci-fi action film and more of a spooky film. But it turns out they're also used to slap us in the face in the end, and they're like aliens. But when they go back into their alien self, they sort of have these wispy wings and stuff, and it's obvious because he has this. It's not explained in the narrative really, but it happens in front of your eyes that he suddenly realizes there is an afterlife and there is destiny and there is a God. And then so the funny thing in this movie, and the big spoilers in the end, sure enough, everybody on the whole planet dies. A couple of the kids are rescued by these aliens to go start again. And, so it's just kind of funny that the thing that restored his faith is that something's going to destroy all life on Earth. There must be a God after all. It's like, oh my God, Because I don't really like the religious allegories, but the pretty ones are where people connect with nature and realize that it's good or the results are good or, somehow their faith helped them survive. It's just funny to be, I'm now very certain of my faith because everybody's being killed and, that's what God does. So, obviously, who else? And then after, everybody on Earth is killed in quite a nice, you know, destruction of the Earth's sequence of special effects. Um, we see the kids, and sure enough, they're landing in a place that's beautiful, like the Garden of Eden. It has a big giant tree. Don't eat from it. It's got a big, beautiful tree, the kind of tree that as a kid you just love and you'd want to climb in, but don't touch it. It's the tree of knowledge. Don't touch it. We know you will. Oh my God. Really, really terrible smack. Trying to mix up all this science fiction stuff, and it's like one of those, what are those, chick tracks or whatever, that guy that does those crazy religious tracks, and they'll like be one with a psychedelic cover for all the druggies to pick up in the street and go, oh my God, they got me. That's what this is. It's like a science fiction film. Get the science fiction people in there and convince them of God. It was really bad. Really bad. It was a bad film. The story was bad. The elements and construction of the elements was bad. And then the message was like I wanted to vomit the last 10, 15 minutes of the film when it became brutally clear what they were saying. So pick on that film. Oh, but it's not actually even good enough to bother talking about. I'm only talking about it because it relates to this accusation of the Watchmen. And in the Watchmen, I believe there's a subtext where, sure enough, yes, they give you this one interpretation. Look, the plan worked and there's peace on Earth. But there's also a subtext where, oh wait, that's not going to work. The world's worse off. In this case, there's no redeeming knowing. There's no redeeming it as if there's some other message there. We're supposed to be happy with the end of Earth because everybody's going to heaven anyway. Sickening. Really sickening film. I hate it. It's truly propaganda, this film. Truly, conspiracy level propaganda. It's a terrible film, and I'm sure we'll forget it quicker than we can become bothered by its propagandistic nature. But I've taken this moment to remember we have been affronted by an alleged work of art which was really a poorly designed polemic and apologetic. Goodbye.